So Al, tonight we're talking about small businesses, and here in Northern Nevada we have a lot of small businesses. It could be a single person working out of their home up to an office with 10, 20, 30, 40 employees even. Lot of tips for small businesses, a lot of great information.
Yes, there is. You know, you and I are small business people.
Absolutely.
And our community has a lot of small businesses in it, and these folks need more help than anybody else. You know, it's quite a task to take on a small business, as you and I have experienced.
Hardest thing you'll ever do.
It's more time than you think, it's more expensive than you think, and you know, to get to that positive number is a huge accomplishment in small business. So we love working with small businesses. It's kind of been our forte over the years here in town. We have a lot of small business people. We do a lot of consulting. You know, we love to work with our small business people. We help them set up basic payrolls. You know, we do a lot of the initial advice. I just had someone new come in last week that was thinking about starting a small business. They had a lot of good information, and you know, they had a lot of questions. So we had a great meeting. It went over an hour, but I was, you know, encouraged by their enthusiasm. I was encouraged by their, you know, wanting to get good, solid advice and information.
I mean, just simple things like, should I be an LLC, an S Corp, a C Corp, or even for existing businesses like me, you know, 4 years into this particular business venture, do I want to change from what I started with to something different? Is, you know, as things change over the years, sometimes it's better to change that structure. So many things that a CPA can help you with.
There is, and you know, the entity choice is a big thing. You know, people start as a sole proprietor. People come in and I'm like, okay, what type of entity are you? And I get that blank look like, I don't know what I am.
Right.
You know, people just need sound advice. There are very different tax structures for the sole proprietor versus the LLC versus the sub S versus the C Corp.
Absolutely. One of the biggest mistakes that small businesses make is really in the record keeping. And because they're small, they don't think that they have to do all the extensive record keeping, and they oftentimes convolute a lot of their personal expenses with their business expenses. And it can really bring up challenges down the road.
Yes, it can. Everything from tax filing time to, you know, a business that wants to sell. I have people that come in and are looking to buy or sell a business. If you don't have good records, you're basically at a dead-end street already. So record keeping is a big issue. One of the biggest downfalls we see in small business is lack of record keeping, you know, lack of separate accounting, you know, not getting good sound advice up front, being indebted right away in a new small business. And there's a lot of things that come into play here. This is a big step.
Record keeping can really affect your tax return.
Absolutely.
I mean, in huge ways.
Here's a little number that I always throw out to people. Because what happens with small business that aren't organized is they're missing out on expenses. They're losing expenses. They pay cash here, cash that, this credit card, that credit card. What happens is, for every $100 in expenses you miss, you're giving IRS about $40.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that can really add up over time.
Oh, sure.
Absolutely.
Put that number at 10,000, you know, it's a scary number.
Absolutely.
So small business needs to be organized. They need sound advice. Please come in and see us. We'd love to advise new small business.
Many years ago, I sold a company, and I asked the person who purchased it from me later, you know, why did you come and make a full price offer on my business? Of course, I thought it was worth that, but it was great when somebody showed up and made a full price offer. And he said to me, he said, you were one of the few businesses we could find that actually had really detailed accounting. I'd used a CPA the whole time from the day we started until that day. We had, you know, just detailed record keeping. We'd never convoluted our personal with our business. So he was able to verify that everything that we were claiming, you know, was accurate and good information. And so even though you can save money on your tax returns while you own the business, if you ever want to sell your business, you can get a lot more value for your business if you've used a CPA and you've got all those numbers verified.
Absolutely. We've seen every side of that, and it's really important, whether you're buying or selling, that you have good, clean, accurate records. You're not slipping cash in your pocket. Those things can't be accounted for. There's lots of information that can't be proved without good, solid records. And a CPA brings credibility to this whole transaction.
Absolutely. And Al does a free consultation with anyone who would like to learn some information, get to know him, see if he's a good fit for you. CPAs save you money. They don't cost you money. So please take good care of your records and your small businesses. Thank you so much.
Thank you.